Coming up tonight on Middle Tennessee News, a father fights for a speed limit that he believes could have kept his son alive. We look at a local burger restaurant causing traffic jams, and MTSU has provided a new 2022 consumer outlook.
All those stories plus your local weather and sports. Middle Tennessee News starts right now.
Good evening. I'm Noah Brady, joined by Kira Fullington. Welcome to Middle Tennessee News. Local parent and resident Chuck Enzel is campaigning Rutherford County to lower neighborhood speed limits. On Halloween night of 2020, Enzel's son was hit and killed on a neighborhood road. The Rock Springs middle schooler was celebrating his favorite holiday when he was struck by a car going 43 miles per hour in a 35 speed zone. Enzel recently presented his campaign called Keep a Kid Alive, Drive 25 to future leaders at the 2022 Meet the Candidates event in Laverne. Enzel will continue to spread the word about his petition and keep pushing to lower speed limits to 25 on residential roads in honor of his son.
So the main reason for this is so that no child can get injured like this, but no parent has to go through what we had to go through. When you bury a child, you bury your future.
Local Tennesseans are showing support to Ukraine by supporting the only Ukrainian-owned market in Middle Tennessee. Almost everything going on between Russia and Ukraine, Alexei's Eastern European market has been receiving an astonishing amount of support. Alexei's has been a staple for Eastern European goods in Middle Tennessee, and as of recently, the local business has seen an influx in support from locals. Many of those coming to show support feel that this is the one way to show their support for the people of Ukraine.
Rutherford County is nearly 55,000 miles from Ukraine, and despite the distance, Mayor Bill Ketron decided to take a stand. In the heart of downtown Murfreesboro lies the Rutherford County Courthouse, which is currently illuminated in blue and yellow. Mayor Ketron requested this as not only as an act of solidarity, but patriotism as well. For Mayor Ketron, the choice was a simple one. To him, Ukraine is fighting for the same freedom that America did years ago. Ketron plans to keep the Ukrainian colors for an unknown period of time, but one thing is clear: Rutherford County stands with Ukraine.
And I felt like that we need to show Rutherford County needs to light up our courthouse and show the solidarity for that country and what they're going through, because it's really a direct assault on our freedoms in this country.
The ever-popular Texas fast food chain Whataburger is making its way to Middle Tennessee. One location has already opened in Hermitage and experienced a 3-hour-long line for some time after its grand opening. Customers, rather than braving the cold conditions, opted to wait in long lines in the Hermitage Shopping Center for the new food chain. The Mount Juliet location, however, is in a shopping center, but rather on the corner of the two busiest roads in the city. We asked City of Mount Juliet PIO Justin Beasley if the city was prepared for this type of vehicular vicissitude.
Hermitage kind of showed exactly what we're getting ourselves into, but again, it's a new hip place and we know a lot of people are going to come. As far as I'm concerned, Whataburger's 24 hours, so you don't have to always go at 7 p.m. or at lunch. You can always go at another time of the day, so that's going to help us out a lot.
And Izzy joins us now with our first look at the weather.
Temperatures are staying in this mid-range as storms are coming in. Luckily, because the snow has melted from this past weekend, but precipitation is still strong in Middle Tennessee. Temperature in the late morning were in the upper 50s. Crossing into the afternoon, we saw those temperatures rise. Highs in the area will be ranging at 60 degrees. Murfreesboro has a high of 67. Up in Mount Juliet, there is a high of 65. The humidity is ranging from 80 to 90%. Traveling south to Shelbyville and Manchester, we will see a high temperature of 65 degrees. East in Smithville, there will also be a high of 66. Humidity will be around 100% in the area with a 70% chance of showers. Winds are calm across all of our regions, traveling around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Make sure to wear your rain boots and a rain jacket today, as it could potentially continue into tonight's forecast. Back to you, Noah.
Still ahead on Middle Tennessee News, Larry Burris has some interesting things to say about Wordle, and police are searching for a fraud suspect, and we'll have more information on the other side of the break. That's coming up next on Middle Tennessee News.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back, and here is Larry Burris with this week's media commentary.
Maybe if you've been sleeping under a rock the last few months, you have no idea of the word game Wordle sweeping the word world. Basically, the game involves guessing a 5-letter word in 6 tries. You play against yourself, much like any other solitaire game. Unfortunately, there appears to be a Wordle subculture that insists on cheating. But if you cheat, you don't really win, you just finish. Anyway, in some less than stellar statistical analysis, researchers have found most of the cheating is done in the New England states, and this is the great part, Washington, D.C. Now, it's interesting that the section of the nation that considers itself so sophisticated and better than everyone else is the leading cheater in a simple word game. But Washington, D.C.? Well, of course. Washington is the place that lives on words. Legislation, laws, and legalese are the coin of the realm. And think of how much of that written stuff is based on how they spin a particular word. So it makes sense the folks in Washington will cheat to make sure the words spin in their direction. And the cheating that goes on. Every time you turn around, someone is getting caught for ignoring the very laws they pass. The other Washington group that lives on words is reporters. And again, the statistics on cheating seem to fit. After all, how many news stories have we read in the last couple years that are incomplete, misleading, or flat wrong? Apparently, many Capitol Hill reporters are having trouble with words and find the simple word game so difficult they have to cheat to finish. Notice I didn't say they have to cheat to win. They simply cheat to finish the game. And like so much else that goes on in the nation's capital, they hope no one will notice the difference. I'm Larry Burris.
Thanks, Dr. Burris. Join us next Wednesday for our next media commentary. Mount Juliet police are asking for your help in identifying a fraud suspect. Police are searching for a fraud suspect who attempted to cash a fraudulent check at a Regions bank. The individual also attempted to cash the check at a bank in Hendersonville. Law enforcement has been unable to identify the suspect and calls upon the public to report any information to help their investigation. Any tips can be reported anonymously through the Mount Juliet Police Department website or by calling the tip line.
The Coffee County School Board held a work session and special meeting on March 8th to discuss and vote on construction agenda items. The project will include adding classrooms and renovating part of Coffee County Central High School, purchasing new furniture for the high school, and replacing windows in several of the elementary schools. There was some debate among the board members about the amount of projects being taken on in the school district. At the time, Deputy Superintendent Kelvin Shores worked with OLG, a contractor out of Tullahoma, to put the projects together.
Our schools, they're starting to get, some of them are getting older, and they need work, and it's nice that we have the funds to be able to do some of those things, and our board is supporting that area to move forward.
Tennessee Consumer Outlook hits a new all-time low according to an MTSU survey. The Tennessee Consumer Outlook Index measures the consumer's view of the economy using three key aspects of current situation, future expectations, and purchasing. The March survey nearly scored -200. Dr. Tim Grafe believes the continued decline of consumer outlook is a product of lingering effects of the pandemic, disapproval of the federal government's management of the economy, and the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The index shows a sharp fall in consumer outlook as exactly 2 years ago the index reached an all-time high of over 250.
Nike begins to provide less products and gear to their Foot Locker stores. From the Foot Locker, stocks declined by 20%. This Nike shift is happening because the company wants to change its focus to a direct-to-consumer-based retailer. The shift will allow Foot Locker to focus on their other brands such as Adidas, Reebok, and Puma. In Murfreesboro, Champs Sports is a retailer for the Foot Locker company. The store assures that nothing is significantly changing. The company and stores will continue to provide and serve its customers the best clothing, shoes, and products.
I'm not allowed to speak for the Foot Locker company or Foot Locker, but I can say that we're still selling premier product and nothing has changed.
Two of our lifestyle reporters have the inside scoop on the best places to celebrate St. Patrick's Day this Thursday. Let's check in with them right now.
It's officially St. Patty's Day Eve, and local bars are turning green with excitement. If you are looking to join the festivities or to simply kick back with some happy hour specials, here are some Murfreesboro hotspots worth your time. First, let's head down to Champy's Fried Chicken. If you like classic Southern food and an open bar, Champy's Fried Chicken is the place for you. Located on Northwest Broad Street, Champy's serves up fried-to-order chicken and even hand-rolled Mississippi tamales. Let's check out what they're doing for St. Patrick's Day. Next, let's head over to the Avenue to check out Bar Louie. If you're in the mood for hearty burgers and classic spirits, Bar Louie is the perfect place for you to enjoy St. Patrick's Day. Last but not least, we spoke with Mayday Brewery to get the inside scoop about their holiday celebration. And trust me, it's one you will not want to miss.
Thanks, Riley and Sarah, for letting us know where to celebrate on St. Patrick's Day here in Murfreesboro this Thursday.
And Izzy joins us now with tonight's full forecast.
It's definitely been more of a gloomy day here in Middle Tennessee with lots of rainfall and storms coming in. Cloud coverage is going to begin moving across Middle Tennessee State starting this evening with a chance of showers continuing. Temperatures will drop into the upper 40s after sunset. You can expect to see temperatures to drop even further into the upper 40s later at night before reaching the low 40s in the early morning. Here in Murfreesboro, that overnight low will be 48. Shelbyville, Woodbury, and Manchester will see temperatures at 48. Down in McMinnville, you can expect to also see lows around 48 with a 10% chance of showers before 7 p.m. Finally, at Mount Juliet and Smithville, there will be a low at around 47 degrees. There will be calm winds tonight with the humidity high at around 100%. Hopefully the rain will calm down tonight because there's much more rainfall coming in through the rest of the week.
Thanks, Izzy. Still ahead on Middle Tennessee News, Izzy will be back with the full forecast for our viewing area, and Dylan Simmons will be opening sports with a story about pickleball.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just a little more. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin. But I'm gonna drive home. There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Izzy joins us now with the full weather report.
We're beginning to see a lot of spring showers and conditions coming in. Rain showers will continue throughout the rest of the week with things lightening up this weekend. Taking another look at Murfreesboro's current conditions first. We have a high of 66 with a 70% chance of showers. Other cities in Middle Tennessee will also be having high temperatures in around the 60s. Overnight, lows are looking to be a little chilly moving into early tomorrow morning with temperatures in the high 40s. Cloud coverage will begin to form overnight with mostly cloudy skies by early morning. There's around a 10% chance of showers. Looking at tomorrow morning, we'll have temperatures still in the upper 40s. Temperatures continue to rise into the upper 60s and lower 70s. Partly sunny skies are a potential tomorrow as rain dips off for a day. The Thursday high in Murfreesboro is expected to be around 69, with Mount Juliet having a high of 71. Shelbyville is going to have a high of 70. Smithville, McMinnville, and Manchester will all be seeing highs highs around 69. Tomorrow evening, precipitation stays light as clouds come in. The low in Murfreesboro will be 51, with Mount Juliet having a low around 52, as will Shelbyville, Woodbury, and Manchester. McMinnville will have partly cloudy skies tomorrow night with a low expected to be around 51. Going over to Friday, showers and thunderstorms are moving back in, with humidity expected to be as high as around 90% in the day. The high temperatures that day are expected to be in the mid-70s with the lows in the lower 40s overnight. Murfreesboro is going to have a high of 68 and a low of 44. Shelbyville will also have a high of 66 and a low of 44. Mount Juliet has a high of 67 with a low of 45, and Woodbury will have a high of 67 and a low of 44. Smithville will have a high of 65 and a low of 43. Over the weekend, showers are leveling off and sunny skies are moving back in. The highs are ranging at 50 degrees to 60 degrees throughout the weekend. Saturday, the high in Murfreesboro will be 59 degrees. There will be partly sunny skies during the day with partly cloudy skies at night with a low of 36. The high temperature on Saturday in Mount Juliet will be 58 degrees with the lows tipping down to 38 degrees. Manchester will have a high of 57 degrees and Saturday will have a low of 37. Smithville is also partly sunny with a high of 56 with a low of 36. McMinnville, Shelbyville, and Woodbury will have partly sunny skies during the day and partly cloudy skies at night. The highs are ranging in the 50s with the lows in the 30s. Finally, looking at Sunday, sunny skies are coming in. High temperatures will be in the mid-60s with a high of 67 here in Murfreesboro. In the evening, the lows will drop to the 30s and 40s. Murfreesboro will have a low of 39. Mount Juliet will have a low of 42. Woodbury will have a high Sunday of 65.
Thanks, Izzy. And when we come back, Dylan Simmons is over in the MTN Sports Den. He'll have your full sports report after the break, so stick around.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Hello everyone, before we get started, massive breaking news coming in here to Studio 2. Julio Jones has been released by the Tennessee Titans. This happened in the last hour and we will have more details with you as this story develops. But jumping into the story, have you heard about the pickleball courts at Patterson Park? At Patterson Park's outdoor facilities, you may recognize a change in the tennis courts. 6 new pickleball courts have been installed and are being utilized by local pickleball players. Local Pickleball Association member Jill Cutler mentioned there are other facilities that offer pickleball facilities such as McFadden Community Center and Sportscom Sportsplex. Ms. Cutler also added that the local Pickleball Association hosts their own tournaments and the community continues to grow.
And then these used to be tennis courts, and they, transformed those to pickleball courts for us. We've got an association now of about 180 members that we do tournaments and fun things, and just a nice community of pickleball players now. It's just really grown.
Welcome back to the MTN Sports Den. I'm Dylan Simmons here with your midweek sports report. Before we begin with our sports stories, remember to fill out your March Madness brackets before they close. The madness officially begins tomorrow. In basketball news, the Blue Raiders fell short in the CUSA tourney, but that's not where the buck stops on their season. Although MT basketball lost in triple overtime to UAB this past Friday, the Blue Raiders have been invited to the 2022 Roman College Basketball Invitational. The tournament will feature 16 teams and will be played at Ocean Center in Daytona Beach, Florida. Middle Tennessee will compete as the number 2 seed, while fellow CUSA teams Florida Atlantic and Rice will compete as the 5 and 14 seeds. This will be Middle Tennessee's first postseason appearance since the 2018 NIT tournament. The Blue Raiders will kick off postseason play against California Baptist on Saturday at 4 p.m. Central Time. A dream season was finally awoken from as the MTSU women's basketball team suffered a devastating loss to the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. MT played a largely consistent game and held an 11-point lead after 3 quarters, but was plagued by an inconsistent fourth quarter that spelled doom for their tournament hopes. Doris Sarr ended up as the leading scorer of the Lady Raiders with an exceptional 20 points and was complemented nicely by Sania Malashka and Courtney Whitson, who scored 15 points each. Louisiana Tech's 21 trips to the free throw line in the second half served as a major factor in the demise of MTSU as they could not avoid fouls. Head coach Rick Insell stated that he was trusting them, and sometimes you fall into that when talking about the team's performance. This loss spelled the end of MTSU's hopes of making the NCAA women's basketball tournament and their exit in the CUSA tournament. MT will play next in the WNIT against Wofford tomorrow at 8 p.m. With all things MTSU sports, I'm Dylan Simmons here in the MTN Sports Den, shooting it back across to Studio 2 to Noah and Kira.
Thank you for joining us on Middle Tennessee News. I'm Noah Brady, joined by Kira Fullington. If you missed this or any show, you can watch them on our website, middletennesseenews.net. Make sure to follow us on our social media sites as well, Middle Tennessee News or at Middle TN News on Twitter. We'll see you Monday for our next show.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.